Narcissists have absolutely no identity. They tend to mirror or mimic the person that they're dealing with at the time, the victim, whether it be at work, a romantic in quotes, relationship, or a family member, whatever. They mimic the target because they have no true identity. And, there's still some confusion to me in terms of why that happened. It seems like, from what I read, they were kind of stuck in limbo as a child, either trying to please the parent, so that their whole identity was wrapped up in the parent. Like they couldn't develop their true identity because they were too busy trying to please the parent. But I don't know, there still seems to be some kind of unconnected dots with that situation, it's very confusing. But anyway, the point is they have no true personality, no true identity, and they basically suck like a leech from the person that they're dealing with. And I noticed, one of the narcs I was dealing with, he would literally, he would be messaging me. You know how people put ha 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 ha? He would use an H, ha 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 ha, or whatever, because I often would, I would be laughing. That's just my personality in general. Maybe not on these videos, but normally I would be laughing or whatever. And then I saw him talking to someone else, and he was typing that out with a J, which a lot of Spanish people do. That's how they type, ha 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 ha, with a J. So he would be talking to a different victim that's how she wrote hers out, because I saw the whole conversation. And it's so bizarre how they literally mimic what the other person is doing. And I know these things might seem minute. You might just think, oh, no big deal, no big deal. A lot of these points I bring up might seem minute, but they're not minute. They're red flags. They are an indication of what type of person you are dealing with. Because you see, when a person flip-flops and they're all over the place, that's very dangerous. That's telling you that they have no true personality. They don't know who they are. They don't know what they believe. They're confused. There are people that they're just flip-floppers. That doesn't mean they're a narcissist, okay? They might just be not comfortable in who they are just yet. They might be a people pleaser, and so one minute they want to please this person, the next minute they want to please that person. But this is when you're dealing with a narcissist, okay, this is a different scenario. This is not just someone who's maybe young and naive and doesn't know what they're doing. A narcissist knows full well what they're doing. They have intent. They know what they're doing. They're not just doing this by happenstance. They know exactly what they're doing. And then another example is in conversations I've had with him. He defended Trump, to me, and I don't like to get into politics, but I'm just bringing this up to point this example out. And then, when I took off, I got the hell out of there, I would see him in posts saying F Trump, F Trump. All of a sudden, he had a change of heart, and he wants to uh, fit in with whoever, new people, new victims that he's dealing with. And so I'm thinking like, oh, I thought you were defending Trump the other day. I'm thinking like, because I'm kind of getting a kick out of like observing this because it's so fascinatingly crazy that it's just almost like, I don't know, it's really interesting to me. So again, they change their personality like a chameleon according to whoever they're dealing with at the time. If that person doesn't like Trump, or if that person is pro-Trump, they're gonna be, they're all over the place. They just go with whatever is convenient for them at the time. However they're going to make the person think, oh, I'm just like you, or we have the same exact, ideologies. We have the same everything. They're just gonna kind of like match you so that you're like, oh wow, we get along great. We're exactly alike. And it's just, it's very very sneaky, and that very self-serving. They're only doing it to reel you into them, so they can further manipulate you. But it just shows you how tiny and how small the things are, okay, in the beginning. It's like tiny stuff that you wouldn't even notice, but once you know who you're dealing with, if you can go back and study it more, you'll pick up on all these tiny things. And I picked up on a lot of the red flags in the beginning, but a lot of them I did not pick up on. I mean, I got duped just like everyone else. So, don't feel bad about getting duped. We all did. So, and it happens all the time. Like even in business, or someone could get you for your money. It happens all the time. No one's immune, from getting screwed over. So because people are constantly updating their tricks and their schemes, and you think you got one thing down, then they're coming out with some new thing that you aren't hip to yet. So you don't have to feel bad about getting duped by one of these narcissists. This is their game. They're borderline expert. Well, they're experts at manipulation. This is what they do 24/7. So they're constantly updating the game, the con game. So it's not like, it's ever changing. So you can't always be hip to every single thing that's going on. And I think they have to update their tactics because the information is more and more available on the internet. So they're not going to be able to get away with this love bombing stuff. They're going to switch gears, I'm telling you. Like they can't keep getting away with this stuff. People are learning the whole process. They're getting wise to it, so they're going to have to definitely update and change their tactics because it's not going to work anymore. So pretty sure they're becoming aware of that. So it's just one more thing to look out for. But again, narcissists, they mimic their target, they mirror their target, and they have no identity whatsoever.